Welcome to the Love Circle. Welcome to the Love Circle. Welcome each and every one of you to the Love Circle. This is prayer, praise, prophecy. This is prayer, praise, prophecy. I cannot remember what day we're on now. I know we're not at day 12 yet. That's all I know. New music from the YouTube audio library. And this is so good. Sound is a lot better than the other ones or the other format. And this is Singularity from the YouTube audio library. This is Last Sunrise. Listen to that sound. It is a incredible sound. The balance is awesome in that song. This is Last Sunrise. Trying to see who that's by. Last Sunrise by Adam somebody. The sound is so good on it. Oh my goodness. Nice sound. Good music is always good. Let's get right into it, shall we? Prayer, praise, prophecy. Yes. So we talked about prayer and what it is to be watchers on the wall. We talked about what it is to pray constantly, consistently, fervently. We talked all about prayer and how we should pray, when we should pray, anytime, of course. But there's a right place, a right posture, a right position in which to pray. So today we're talking about prophecy. Prophecy. Prophecy is important. So that's what we're talking about today. And we're going to get right into it because I'm sure you got a lot to do. For those of you who observe the Shabbat, that keep the Sabbath day in the way in which you prepare a meal for family, friends, and so on and so forth, especially with it being Hanukkah right now, for many of those who actually get into all of that. However, if you're not, all are welcome here. It's perfectly fine. Today we're talking about praise. We're talking about prayer, praise, prophecy. And this, I believe, is day, I'm not sure. I have to check and let you know later. So anyway, let's get right into this right here and right now. For some of you that may know and may not know, the word for prophecy is Nuvuya, and it is spelled Nuvuah, I believe. Interesting word that is in the Hebrew language. And this particular word is very interesting, to say the least. So we got the background music from the YouTube audio library, which is so good. And the sound is much better from this particular app. So prophecy is defined as a fundamental principle of faith where our Creator communicates directly with people, human beings. It is viewed not merely as predicting the future, but as the transmission of a divine message intended to guide, correct, or encourage society. I did a little bit of research, so here are some key characteristics of prophecy. the term Navi, and Navi is spelled Navi. The Hebrew word for prophet is Navi, Navi, and the plural is Neviim, derived from the word Nev Sephatayim. I will spell it for you. The first part of the word is NIV. The second part is Sephatayim, meaning fruit of the lips. That's right, fruit of the lips. Interesting. Fruit of the lips. Have you ever heard that before? This signifies that the prophet acts as a spokesperson or vessel for our Creator's words. Some like to refer to our Creator as maker, master, king, ruler. Whatever term you prefer to use is perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be a certain word, and it doesn't have to be in a particular language. Purpose. The primary role of a prophet is to reinforce the laws already established in the Torah, or some like to refer to it as the scrolls, not to create new ones. A prophet may provide forthtelling, speaking truth to a certain situation, or foretelling, predicting future events as a warning or source of hope. Hope. It's a very interesting word. Hope. We all need hope. The supremacy of Moshe. Moshe, known as Moses today, the correct name is Moshe, Mosheh, I believe that's how it's spelled, who was regarded as the greatest prophet because Moshe received divine communication clearly and directly, face to face, while fully awake. All other prophets received messages through dreams, visions, or allegories that required interpretation. And you may be asking, what are the qualifications for a prophet? According to Maimonides, Rambam, and other scholars, prophecy is the culmination of intense spiritual and intentional preparation. A candidate must possess the following. So I'll repeat it again. According to Maimonides, Rambam, and other scholars, prophecy is the culmination of intense spiritual and intellectual preparation. A candidate must possess the following: wisdom and intellect, an extremely broad and sound mind. That's the definition for wisdom and intellect. Moral perfection, mastery over all physical desires and natural inclinations. Emotional state, a state of joy and tranquility, as prophecy does not rest on those who are sad, angry, or lazy. Prophetic verification. The Torah provides specific tests to authenticate a prophet. Consistency with Torah. Any prophet who commands the permanent annulment of a Torah law or encourages the worship of other gods or idols is considered to be false, regardless of any signs or wonders they may perform. So there's a lot of different variations of what prophecy and what it means to be a prophet or a prophetess. It varies from place to place and space to space, depending upon whether it's Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Catholicism, and so on and so on. But honestly, we all know the kingdom perfect way is to know the voice of truth for yourself rather than to go by what has been established by people. Because a lot of times you will find that people have nothing new. They're just repeating what has been said before over and over again. It's the same thing, but there should be new revelation. So I'm going to tell you what it means for the woman or the prophetess in the Hebrew language, so you will know the exact word for the woman. Because each and every one of us has the ability to hear and to see. It depends on us to the degree or magnitude in which we are hearing and seeing spiritually. Of course, we have to be in the right place and we have to be in the right atmosphere as well. I want to give you the exact name because there was prophetess Devorah, Devorah, and she was a force to be reckoned with from what we've been told. But there were other women that are not spoken of today that had specific roles that were definitely women who were strong and used mightily as ambassadors. For some reason, the word for prophetess is not coming up. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, there are some. One was Hannah, another one was Esther, another one was Abigail. That I'm not sure if all of those were prophetesses. I think they were just women that were mightily used, but specific ones that were told to be as prophetesses. Only two came up, and that's Miriam, who was the sister of Moshe or Moses as you know him, and Deborah. And Miriam, if you need a point of reference, she is in Shemot 15:20 or Exodus for some of you that do not have the original translation, which is the scriptures or the Torah. And then Deborah will be in a different section, which I think is known as Shaphatim. I'm not sure how to spell it, but it's known to you maybe as Judges 4:4. Deborah was a judge and a prophetess who guided Israel. Though her story is there written, part of the larger story is probably not found there. There are more details about it. So she was a different type of woman. And the Hebrew word for a prophetess is Neviah. So it's spelled Nevi, and then it has that little, I don't know what you call that thing, I forgot. But anyway, it has that little accent mark or whatever, and then it has AH. So it's Nevi, accent mark, AH. So it's Neviah. So you know, Neviah. And it says the Hebrew word for prophetess is Neviah, which is the feminine form of Navi. The word for prophet, both stemming from a root meaning to call or to proclaim. It refers to women who receive divine messages, like Miriam, Devorah, Huldah, and others, and of course Hannah, and can also describe a prophet's wife or a poetess. Very interesting. So, for women that have been known as being instrumental as spiritual mothers or matriarchs, or Sarah, Rebecca, let's see who else. Let's see, Sarah, Rebecca. There's so many different women. There's Hannah, Devorah, Queen Esther. So many different women. And here are 7 mentioned here. Let's see. This is a longer list instead of just 2 or 3. Let's see how many there are here. 7, it says. 7 women, but we know there were many women who were of great influence. I don't quite see 7 here, but of course, Hannah was one, Abigail, Sarah, and perhaps today you know or you have known of somebody who is a prophetess or a prophet or a seer. A seer is a little different than a prophet, but we know there is no such thing as a prophecy that is a secret, because prophecy is, it's a word, it's a seed, and it should be a good word, because our maker, our creator, gives us good words, and prophecies are tied to a good word for our lives. So as you go forth, remember, you may want to read, I believe it is Ezekiel 37. We are to prophesy. Prophecy is important. So regardless of what somebody tells you, don't let people bombard you with religiosity and all of that. Our maker, our creator, always has the final word for everything pertaining to life. So I want to stress to you today that more than anything, you want to be ones who pray, because the correct term is watcher, not watchmen. There's been so much that has been misinterpreted and written, and that does not reflect the original scroll. So be very, very careful about all of that as you go forward. Remember, prayer is important. Prayer is extremely important, but it's not the only thing. Then there's praise. Praise is very important. Praise is tied to gratitude, and prophecy is a word. And those words are not always unconditional words. So you have to be mindful of that. Allow our Creator to guide and lead you in everything. And everything that you need is already inside of you. Don't let anybody despise you because of your birthplace, which is your origin, your culture, any of that. We are nations, tribes, and tongues. People are not colors. So break free of all of the cycles that are toxic. Break free of all of the patterns, all of the negative patterns that are not good for you. Be sure that you are free because freedom is important and the truth opens the doors to freedom. So as you go forth, remember to respect all people, be loving and kind to all people, and reverence the maker, the creator of all. Some are observing the Shabbat today, the Sabbath, and then some are also intertwining that with Hanukkah. If you don't know about Hanukkah, the miracle of oil or the miracle of light, if you don't know the truth about Hanukkah and what it really means, it has to do with the miracle. I would encourage you to go deeper and talk to people that know more about it and do your own research, but be careful about the source in which you get that research and information from as you move forward. So we're always praying for the nations here. And as we close out, we're going to pray for the nations. We're going to declare and decree the victory over every nation, every tribe, and every tongue to the four corners of the earth. We declare and we decree the victory over North America, South America, Europe, Australia, Antarctica, Asia, Africa, and every region and territory for all of the people in all of creation. We speak love because our language should always be love. We speak life and we speak light and we shine the light for others so that they can see that may not be able to see the light. We help them to see the light. And we speak the voice that is given to us by our Maker, our Creator. We speak with the voice that is anchored in the absolute truth. Not an opinion, not a theory, not a maybe, not a sometimes, but what is tried and true. So as you go about your day, let love be your portion, let joy be your portion, let peace be your portion, let prosperity be your portion, let wealth be your portion, let wisdom be your portion, let understanding be your portion, and everything else that is your portion. May you take it today and may you speak those words into the atmosphere of what you desire to see happen in the natural realm. Go forth. This is the victory season, as you already know. Be encouraged and encourage others. Blessings to each and every one of you. May Adonai bless you and keep you. May Adonai give unto you favor, grace, mercy, kindness, and everything that is good and great, and give you shalom and sweet sleep. Blessings to each and every one of you, regardless of what nation you're in, regardless of what continent you're in, regardless of what time zone. We pray every day for all 7 continents. We don't just pray, we declare the victory. We speak life over every continent as we're speaking the language of love, because we desire that all prosper and soar high like the eagles. Shalom and blessings to each and every one of you. Please join us again soon at the Love Circle. We will be talking later, or talking more later and demonstrating more later about Hanukkah. Please join us here. Shalom.